You are sitting in traffic, not moving, just waiting. And you glance over at the car beside you. There is a woman there, mid-40s maybe. She is tapping her fingers on the steering wheel slowly like she is keeping time with a song only she can hear. She is just staring at something you cannot see. For a second, you wonder. What is she thinking about right now? Is she replaying a conversation from this morning that ended badly? Does she have a favorite song that took her somewhere entirely different for 3 minutes before traffic snapped her back? You will never know. She does not know you exist. In a few seconds, the light will change and her entire world will just drive away. That feeling has a name. It is called Sonder. Sonder is the realization that every single person you pass is living a life as full and as complicated as yours. Not just a life, an entire life, with a childhood that shaped them in ways they are still figuring out, with fears they have never said out loud. Every stranger carries all of that. The word was coined by John Koenig for his Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. He needed a word for this because empathy or perspective fell short. Sonder is the moment you actually feel the weight of that truth. It is the difference between understanding something intellectually and feeling it land inside your chest is less than #0. 5# is greater than. Most of the time we move through the world with other people as background, scenery. Your brain simplifies everyone else just to keep you at the center. Sonder is the moment that compression breaks open. Why does this awareness feel both overwhelming and a bit melancholic? Because it reminds us of the limits of understanding. You can love someone deeply, but you can never truly live inside their head. That inner universe with billions of secret pains remains forever a forbidden land. It is like the concept of Kenopsia, the haunting atmosphere of a place that is usually crowded but now stands silent. When you realize a crowd of thousands is actually thousands of isolated worlds drifting beside each other, you feel a strange emptiness. You are standing in line at an airport. Hundreds of people. Every single one has a reason for being there. A reunion. A funeral. A new job is less than #0. 5# is greater than. Your brain tries to hold all those lives at once, and then it fails because the scale is too large. Slow server or angry at a driver who cuts us off. Because in our movie they are just obstacles. But Sonder is the correction. It is the gentle reminder that the person modern society teaches us to be the star of our own show. We become impatient with in front of you at the coffee shop might be living through their worst week. When you practice holding other people's complexity, you slowly get better at holding your own. Someone somewhere has felt exactly what you are feeling right now. A specific human being in a city you have never visited who carried the same grief quietly. You are not the first person to feel this is less than #0. 5# is greater than that does not fix the pain, but it makes the world feel a little less cold. Here is what Sonder is really pointing at. It is about the limits of what one life can contain. You get one perspective, one timeline, one nervous system. Sonder tells you that you are not the protagonist of a story where everyone else is a supporting character. Instead, you are a supporting character in 8 billion stories simultaneously. That is a strange thing to hold, but it is also a relief. You do not have to carry the weight of the whole world. You just carry your part, your chapter. Somewhere in someone else's story, you are just the stranger in a car whose inner world they briefly wondered about is less than #0. 5# is greater than. The word Sonder is new, but the feeling is ancient. The next time it happens, let yourself stay in it a moment longer. Don't compress the world back into the background. That woman in the car, that stranger in the terminal, they have a whole life. And so do you. Thank you for stopping by Soul Men's Space. Wishing you a peaceful day in your own brilliant universe. See you again.